Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, wherever you are watching from. I want to share a very important word with you. It's a word of the season. Probably many people are not thinking along that line, but I want to bring you the word of the Lord from this particular angle, and I believe it will change your life. It will do something better for you. Jesus said, "Behold, I'm coming quickly. My reward is with me." And I'm trying to paraphrase, right? So I'm gonna give to everyone according to their works. My reward is with me, and I'm coming quickly. And I'm gonna give to everyone. There are rewards. There are rewards. Everything that you are doing in this life, for good, for bad, one day you're gonna give an account to God. If you're a believer, I'm not speaking about unbelievers, right? Because unbelievers don't get a reward, all right? They won't get a reward. Believers that will make it to heaven, they will get a reward. Everything that you are doing for God, with God, by God, or in God, there is going to be a reward. So I'm challenging you that if you are serving God, serve God better. Don't serve God because people told you to serve God. Don't stop serving God because somebody offended you. Don't stop serving God because you heard about a story about a man of God. That man of God is not God. Doesn't make sense here. There is a reward. Everything that you are doing, right? God is piling them up. Yeah. And one day you're gonna stand before the Lord. He said a word. "Oh, thou and faithful servant, come to my right hand." Right? That's what God is gonna tell you. So serve the Lord well. I hear people saying that, "Oh, men of God are using people to do God's work." Who else must we use to do God's work anyway? You answer the question. Who else must do God's work? Of course it's you. Of course it's me. I do God's work. You do God's work too. Jesus was here on earth. He did God's work. The disciple did God's work. The woman, right, according to Luke 8, the woman gave out of their substance. They were doing God's work. And today you will not have a place to stand. Look at our forefathers, the people who sacrificed for Christianity in this land. The amount of blood that was shed, they served God with their life. So why are we having problem about serving the Lord? I tell people all the time that even in myself, I'm to push you to serve God or do anything for God. Remember, you have a reward. God will give you a reward. I can bless you. I can give you a reward. I mean, I can stand before the audience and just appreciate you. "Oh, thank you for that, sister. Thank you to that uncle," whoever. But the reward is not with me. I don't have any reward to give to anybody. Jesus has a reward. Pope, apostles, prophets, bishops, archbishops, church members, deacons, deaconesses. Everybody will get their share when the Lord comes. Yeah, I mean, today you got people that carry titles that they don't even know where they get it from. Bishops and apostles, because they are prophesying. It's so funny anyway. But the most important thing is the work, not the title. It's the work. The work is more. How could you be in the office of the president and not discharging your duties? It's about the work. It's about the work. How many souls have you saved? How many people have you preached to? It's not about titles. It's not about your connections. It's about the work. People may see your work. That's fine. There are times people may not see your work. It's fine. The Lord sees your work. Because he said, "My reward is with me, and I'm going to give to everyone according to their works." The works that are done in public, behind the scene that people don't see it. Sometimes it could be a conference and there are others on the stage. Those that are not seen, they are behind the scene. And those are the people that even do more work, but they're never on the pulpit or on the platform. You see, the pastor may not have seen you. The audience may not have seen your work. Like the camera crews and sometimes the rehearsals, the band you do, nobody sees it except God sees it. Your reward is with God. So therefore, don't do God's work expecting a man to reward you. expecting a man to bless you. If they are touched by God, fair enough. They will bless you, just like we do all the time. But I want you to understand that don't do anything for a man. Do it for God. Do it for God. You have done it for God, not unto man. Whatever you do in the kingdom is done for God. If you keep this mindset, you will sail through. Sometimes people get offended. They don't want to serve God anymore because why? Something happened. You see, everywhere you go, something will happen. But you must keep serving the Lord. You must keep pushing the work. Jesus said, I must be about my Father's business. You must be about God's work. You must serve God. The Egyptians are serving Pharaoh, and the Israelites must serve God. You are a spiritual Jew. You got to serve God. So stop complaining. Put serving God. Pray, fast, but serve the Lord. Be humble yourself. Be a servant. I serve God. I serve the church. I serve the audience. I pray for them. I make sure I say, Jesus washed the feet of the apostles. Look at that. Please, it's not about our title. It's about serving God. Because one day, you will not be called, as a matter of fact, Jesus will not call you an apostle or you call you an evangelist anyway. He call you by your name. But the most important thing is about the work. It's about the work you are doing for God. Do the work with all your heart. Do the work with all your strength. Do not let anyone born by a woman to ever distract you doing God's work. And as you do it, God will protect you. God will preserve you. God will provide your needs. God will open doors for you. And at the end of the day, you shall receive a great reward. Now, let me end with this interesting story. There was a man who was in church, who was cleaning the toilets, the building, and no one took notice of him. And to cut long story short, fast forward, the man died. The pastor also died. They both stood before Jesus, and the pastor received his crown. Now the man that was in the church, who was not noticed, behind the scene, wiping the chairs and doing all those jobs, he received a big crown, massive one. And the pastor was like, Lord, how come? And the Lord began to show him the work this man has been doing. My dear, it's about the work, not your title. It's about your work. It's not about being a first lady or being papa or being an apostle, whoever. It's about the work. Humble yourself, do God's work, and God will bless you. Thank you so much. God bless you. Bye-bye.